What is up, guys? Hope you're doing well. Welcome in today's video. I'm gonna cover today's trading day. Today, 18th of September, Thursday, trading day. Um I was honestly pretty surprised that yesterday's FOMC meeting we had such a clean price action. I made some mistakes today. I took some loss today also. Uh, Even though I ended up making around, I think I'll just quickly check. Yeah, like $800 today. It could have been more if I would have been more patient. So it's a. I think this video is gonna be super helpful for you, for me as well, because and it's starting to, yesterday. I'm not so sure. Anyway, so it's gonna be super helpful. So much lesson, so much, learning from your mistakes. Or I'm just basically I'm telling get to myself that I should learn from this mistake that I made today. I was even though I I I, I shouldn't have rush the process today because I'm in profit in the whole month. It's 18 days in the month. I'm around almost 6K up because I took some losses, took some wins, took some. I had early big wins in early in the month, and since then, price action for me was not the best in the past couple of weeks. A couple of weeks, or like in the past 1.5 week, let's say it was not the best for me for my strategy. I did everything in my power to maintain my profit, uh, which went pretty well. But it was like honestly, I made two big wins in the beginning of the month. Uh, I made couple minor losses and wins here, losses there, because it's part of the game. That's what you see online, about these gurus, about these millionaires. I'm not saying like 100%, but usually, I mean, if you check those videos, and it's just a handful of people who are really showing the losses also and the mistakes that they made. And maybe I'm I'm not saying that I know every YouTuber, but I do watched a lot of videos back in the days when I just started trading and started learning how to trade. And I was just polishing my strategies and my mindset and stuff. So obviously, on my way of learning and developing myself, I ran into a, a handful of people in the online section that states they are super profitable and millionaires and stuff like that. But and sometimes I'm not saying all of them because it's obviously not true, but so many people are just, I wouldn't say scamming, but they are trading, but they're showing only the wins, flexing with the big wins. If they take a loss, they say, "Okay, I took a loss," and they're not really breaking them down, or why they did it, or how they did it, and what's the lesson from it and stuff. It's really, I'm not saying it's nobody. I'm not saying it's just five people on the internet. I'm saying that most of the time, what you see online is just flexing, is just clickbait, is just I'm so king, and I did this much, and I bought this car and that house and this trip, and just it's just such a false reality, or it you know brings such a false reality into your head that you think that at the end of the day you're gonna think that you're not enough for this, or you're not smart enough, or you don't have what it takes, or you're not talented enough to be successful in this field, which is completely not true. Because in my opinion, Everything can be learned if you really want to learn it. It's really up to you. So yeah, this I just did. I didn't want to divert from the from the trading day. I just wanted to mention this, that it's really important for me to be as transparent as I can be, showing you the losses, the wins. Even if I close the day with a with a positive P&L, just like today, I ended up making $810 that I show you earlier. It wasn't a perfect day. And what do I mean by that? It's a perfect day for me, keeping all your rules, waiting for your setup no matter what. Don't rush your decisions, and stick to your bias. I'm gonna tell you everything. It's really full of lesson for me as well. I mean, especially for me, because obviously this the main reason for me to do these videos and upload these videos and talking to the camera, it's, I would say, 70% for myself, because it's kind of like a visual journaling. So I'm not sitting down and taking a screenshot and print that screenshot out and glue it in the textbook, or and I'm just gonna write all these stuff. Okay, I entered at this point because of that, and I'm stop loss was there because of that, and my TP was because of this target. It was blah blah blah. It's That's the that's the real journaling. I'm not saying it's whatever. I tried that type. It was okay, and I thought it's fine. And at the time, I was writing my journals, my notes, and my stuff, my everything that it was in my head after, before, and during the trades. I just realized that it's not that useful for me. So it's another thing as well that I wanted to mention, that it's one thing that you see online, about other people's opinion, that you should do this, you should do that, you should journal, you should backtest, you should. I mean, not the fact that you need to journal, and not the fact that you need to backtest, and not the fact that you need to do all of this. You need to do all of this, but don't stick to someone else plan, or the way they do it. It's one thing that you need to do it, and it's another thing that how you do it. So it's like I always bring up these sport, examples, but take for example football players, or American football players, or what. So it doesn't really matter what kind of sport we are talking about, but just imagine like five pro player. Do you think they do the same practice, like all of them doing the same exact practice every single day? They wake up the same time, they go to bed the same time, they do the same exercises, they do the same amount of exercises, or I think what I'm saying. So it's one thing that you need to do it, but don't you focus on, oh, this guy is doing it like that, I need to do it like that. No, you need to do it, but you need to figure out a way which is comfortable with yourself, or you find it comfortable, or you find it useful, or find it constructive. Because I was journaling, but after some time I realized, okay, I sit down and I take my time to write these notes, but after a day or 2 days or a week, I don't remember exactly. Okay, I had a loss, I'm gonna go through my notes, but somehow visually I was not able to. Sometimes I did remember, obviously, because I take it seriously. So it's not like, oh, I press buy and then whatever, or press sell and oh, win or lose. It's not like that. So I take it serious, and I did remember, but it was not that, how to say that. I felt like something is missing. So I've decided to, okay, I'm gonna make these videos mainly for myself to kind of like journal and document the way I trade, the trades I take, and all the surroundings that happening before and during the trades that I'm doing. So yeah, it's like, as I said, it's like 70% for myself. And as I mentioned, I think in the first or second video that I made, that obviously I'm super shit. Obviously obviously I'm super happy if I can help at least one person. Or if I'm telling my mistakes and you're not going to do this mistake, that's really really good because I spared some time for you. And honestly, my goal is not, as I said also in the couple of, like, I don't know, the first 2 3 videos, my goal is not sell courses or try to you know make you purchase something or stuff like that. No, I'm really enjoy. I love trading. I love talking about trading. Uh, Literally, it's became my, not hobby. It's kind of like a part of my life. So I cannot really imagine then I'm not trading, because I'm super obsessed with trading, with developing myself, with these self reflections that I make before and after trading, and then the constant battle with your ego and then yourself and your discipline. And it's, I think, for me trading is more like, it's like a life journey, because you're constantly evolving. I mean, I hope so, you do, guys, but I know I do, evolving and experiencing stuff even about myself, my patience, my discipline, my all these things. It's really 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 important, because some people do make a mistake when they think, okay, it's just another side hustle, or it's another sorry, it's another online business model or something that I can get rich from, and all these things. But what they forget is, it, I cannot really mention anything like this, because you sit down in front of the charts and it's just you. It's just you and the charts, and the chart is moving in the same direction if you are sitting in front of the computer or not, or if you're sleeping or not, or if you are jerking off or not, or what I'm saying, like, the market is going to do its job with or without you. Your job is to observe, react, come with a straight, strict plan, follow it, be consistent, disciplined, patient, and just don't, never stop doing. Try and cheer failure. When failure happens, be grateful. I know it sounds cliche, and when failure happened to me, I was super pissed. I was, even cried. I was super mad, and I was like end of the world feeling, when I blew my first 2 accounts, and then I had losses, and then it happened with me also. Don't think I'm not. I'm just, talking into the air. It happened to me also. That's why I'm telling you, or I'm here for you also, to support you, and you shouldn't feel like you are the only one that goes through this. It's, you should go through this in order to be better. Failure is a good thing, because you're not gonna learn from your winners, or you're not gonna learn from, okay, I earned $2,000. What did you learn? I mean, you can learn something that, oh, this was a good trade, I should do this again in the future because that was so good. You journal it down, or you make a video and then you watch it back and you realize, oh, this is a good setup, and I la 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 la. So you can you can learn from your winners also. But when you make a mistake, it's painful. It's, you get angry, you lose money. It's a deep connection. It's, whoever tells you they never focus the money, they're lying. When you just start, the only thing you focus, your only focus is going to be money. And whoever is telling you the opposite, they are lying, because you're gonna focus on money, you're gonna focus on making money, you're gonna focus on passing your account, your funded challenge, you're gonna focus on your payout, you're gonna focus on all these financial stuff. And a lot of people telling that, or saying that, as soon as you stop focusing making money, you are going to make money, because your focus is going to shift to more important stuff. Your focus is going to shift to yourself, to get better, to don't make those mistakes again, to learn from your mistakes. And eventually, when you succeed doing this, I mean, you succeed, learn from your mistakes, and trying to be better every single day and practice, be humble, put your head down, put your ego aside, sit down in front of the fucking chart, do your markups, be disciplined. If you see, or if you think that it's going to be bullish, then you stick with that. And if it's not going to be bullish, it's not going to be bullish. You learn from that. Why wasn't it sorry, why it wasn't bullish, and you journal it down. That's a failure at that day, not forever. Failures are there to teach you something. Winners, it can teach you something, but there is no bigger teacher than failure itself. So don't be, like, oh, I messed it up, I'm not a good trader, I'm never gonna succeed, and stuff like that. No, that's the time you decide what kind of trader you are. You are kind of a trader who take a loss or two or three or five or 3 weeks of losses, and you think, okay, that's it, I quit. That defines you, not the lose, or not the lose streak, or not the failure defines you. The decision that you make after a lose, that is really defines you. So I didn't want to preach. I didn't want to, sound like a super genius and stuff like that. But I've been through some shit during my trading journey, and I'm super hyped to talk about these in separate videos outside of like trading and charting and stuff like that. As long as you're interested. But I'm not preaching. I'm not, like, oh my god, I know everything. No, I just been through some stuff, hard stuff, good stuff, also like mixed emotions, mixed feelings. But I'm here. I never gave up, even though I had big losses and big failures and big slaps. Uh, it never popped in my mind that I'm gonna stop doing it, because I just love it. It's like when you're a kid and you go to your first soccer player game or practice, and it's just not working for you at that time, are you gonna like quit straight away? It's just bullshit. Anyway, so I know I did talk a lot. Quickly, uh, so basically, we had this huge ass move to the upside yesterday because of FOMC. I marked out. I didn't really expect price to go this deep to pick up these data lows from yesterday. This is from FOMC here. I marked that out just to for me to know what is that basically. Um, we had Asian lows, we had London lows during the day. It was kind of like chopping to the upside. I obviously it's a 30 minutes, so yeah. Anyway, we had nice draw on liquidity on the downside as well. I marked out, but I deleted. I think it was this 1 hour fair value gap was the most important for me during the day, or that was like, okay, because of this biggest expansion here. Like it was like, if you check the 4 hour, it was like this big expansion from since yesterday. It was huge expansion, and I was expecting price to mitigate this 1 hour for value gap, especially New York midnight open was inside the fair value gap, and we went way above New York midnight open. We went way above, so I expect the price to come and mitigate this fair value gap. And if we are there, take out at least London low, at least London low, to, I don't know, that's just to pick up some liquidity. Uh, it didn't happen. I was fine with it, but my bias was super mixed, and that's where the problem started. So my bias was like, okay, I had that 30-minute farewell gap here, which got, oh, not 30-minute. We here the 30-minute. So I had this farewell gap, which got disrespected first. I was like, okay, because my main focus was on this 1 hour farewell gap mitigation and probably the London lows or Asian lows, because we had double bottom here, a triple bottom here, and at the same time, these were the lows, the session lows, which are crazy important. Uh, so this 30-minute farewell gap got disrespected. Uh, we went super deep inside, and my first mistake was I went long. So I saw this mitigation here. We came here, we swept out this low, and we had kind of like a. I'm just gonna switch on the 1 minute time frame. So first of all, my original bias was long. So I wanted to see long setups because even though we had that 30 minutes for value gap inversion that I showed you earlier, that was the first because I had many for value gaps, but the main one, my main focus was on the 1 hour for value gap, this for value gap, and I wanted to see price to come here, maybe trade below these, even hit maybe London lows and or Asian lows, but at least London lows and the reversal from that. Um, but I was like, okay, we came down super aggressively, and I was like, okay, if this one, because here I'm gonna show you, I'm turn on the chart thingies also. So here we had this. On which one? Maybe it's more visible like this. Oh yeah, this one here. So I had this mitigation around 9 6, as you can see. So I had this sweep of these lows, and I had marked out this, I think, 5 minutes for value gap here, and I was really, like, impatient because I should have waited much longer. Not like this. This mitigation in a 1 hour for value gap is not enough for me. And New York Midnight Open was still a little bit far away from this. So I shouldn't have entered in a long position, even though my bias was bullish. I was kind of like rushing the process. I was rushing the trade. I knew what I wanted to see, and I thought this is the time that it's going to happen. Uh, so I was waiting for this. Market opened. We disrespected this 5 minute for value gap. I switched back to the 1 minute time frame. Okay. So we disrespected this here upon market open. And there's the second problem that I made, the second mistake that I made. So here we mitigated this 1 hour for value gap, really key PDRA for me for the day to be able to take longs off of this for value gap, because I was not expecting price to inverse this for value gap, because we were bullish. So everything was respected in terms of bullish PDRAs. Only this 30-minute for value gap got inversed above this 1 hour, but obviously it had to it had to be disrespected in order to come down for these lows, even for London lows. So it was stupid from me to mark that out because it was really high. uh, anyway, mistakes after mistakes. So here, upon market open, we traded up, we traded down, and we closed here. And the second candle wasn't even went below this bearish candle, not even these ones before market open. So I should have waited for price to trade below this low even come closer, or my original idea was to see London lows to be taken out, because there was obvious draw on liquidity or obvious manipulation point for me to see these lows taken out and then reversal from that. So I rushed the trade. I entered long after this candle closure, something like that. This candle closure. I turned on the trades on the chart. Yeah, so I entered on this candle closure here, uh, and I got stopped out here somewhere because I put my stop loss below. It was also stupid. So why would you do that? Anyway, I put my stop loss here. I got stopped out. Obviously, I was super idiot because here this fair value gap got disrespected. I entered short because I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take these lows out, and I'm just down for the day. I make these loss. I made make up these loss that I made, and I'm fine with that. I got stopped out because my stop was really close. But the time I realized I did such big mistakes. ES was making a lower low, while NQ was making a higher low, higher high, and a higher low also, because ES took out London lows and Asian lows as well, and NQ started to go to the upside. That's where I realized this is my actual setup, not this one. This was dumbest mistake ever I made to go short, because I just kind of panicked, not panic, but I was like, fuck this loss. I was early. I'm gonna make that up because I know after this for sure we're gonna go and take out London lows, if not Asian lows as well. And I entered short. My stop was like super, super, super tight, so I didn't lose that much. But even though I took a loss, so it's not something that we need to discuss. I was idiot. I was dumb. I was early, and this is not a sweep. This is not a break. We just inverse this 5 minute free value gap, but that was kind of like a fake out. So we had this SMT divergence to the upside. ES took out Asian lows and London lows, and NQ already started to make higher highs. And I had this nice 3 minute fair value gap, which got inversed. I entered on this candle here, and I was targeting the original high point, which was before, which was created by the pre-market itself. So honestly, I played it safe. This was a 15-minute fair value gap, top of the fair value gap here, where I set my break-even point. So this is a 5 minute fair value gap here. This candle, and here this body. So this is a 15-minute fair value gap, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna set my stop to break even at that point, because we might hit the top of that fair value gap, 15-minute fair value gap here, but we can actually reverse from that, because I was not sure that we continue the bullish run. So I set my stop to break even. I took a partial here, set my stop to break even, and I just let it flow to my original TP, which got hit up like right away. So uh, I made, like I covered my losses. I made 800 profit as well. Overall, am I happy? I'm not happy because I made two dumb mistakes. Here I was early and I was missing a confluence. Here I was running short even though my bias was long. Because I got greedy. I wanted to I wanted to cover this loss that I took. And actually my original perfect A plus setup just got presented after these two losses. But I'm happy that I was able to pick up myself from this mental grave, and to be able to recover the loss that I made, even some nice profit as well, because 800 on the day for me, it's really, really beautiful. I managed my positions perfectly. I went to break even on this, and I took out a partial here on this candle here on the 15-minute one. Set my stop to break even, and I got TP'd out as well. So yeah, that's it. I think it was really nice. Hope you found some value, because I think it was really useful. And see you in the next video, guys. Take care.